Sam and yeah, yeah, Junior Washington. Don't worry, Washington is a good person, right? So you can use the chat box. There's if you're using a phone, you will see three dots on your screen. When you click on it, you see in-call messages. When you click on that, you can type everything and everybody on this group chat can see you. If you're using a laptop, there is the message button that looks like a an icon, like a message icon. Yes. Osilaja. This name is familiar. Did you attend the DevOps training yesterday? I think I saw you yesterday, right? So we're just going to go right into it. My guests are here. They have been standing for almost 10 minutes now. Their legs must be paining them already. So I'm going to start by introducing Moshood or inviting Moshood. Moshood is a product manager and is going to be the guest to teach us, open our eyes into the world of product management. While Hope is a business analyst and she's going to be opening our minds into the world of business analysis. So let's start with Moshood. Moshood, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Tech Bro in the house. Can you please introduce yourself to us?
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Moshood Adeyanju. Just like you can see, I'm actually a product manager at it's an edtech organization based in Sweden, but have operation in Africa. I'm the head of product in that particular organization. It's nice to meet you all.
So I'm not working for a Nigerian company. Hey, God, I beg. This 2024 is my year. Please link me up, please.
All right, we're on the journey together, right?
We are not just together. I don't want to collect you the money. Oh. Don't lie here. Thank you so much, Moshood. It's so nice to have you here. I mean, I've been on a session with you before, and I know how amazing it is. So I expect the very best from you tonight. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to the ladies. Hope, can you hear me?
Hi, good evening.
Ah, God, sexy. See the voice. Like, Hope, how are you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
okay. I see you're really okay. Could you please introduce yourself to us?
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Hope Simon. I'm a business analyst, or rather, a business product analyst with Managri at the Czech Republic. I'm currently working remotely, and it's nice to meet everyone here.
So wait. You people did not tell me that this is battle against people working outside Nigeria. Why? You should have told me. So you're not also working with a Nigerian company. Hey
Uh,
God. I know that this my prayer point since last year. It's going to be answered this year. Man, it's so nice to have you both here, and I really hope that we get the very best. I hope people actually get the very best. If you don't have writing materials already, you don't have a pen or a book, I mean, you're not right, you're not doing the right thing. Because many times it's said that the sharpest memory is dollars, yes. It's dollar than the faintest pen. So writing helps you go back to these things, and I mean it's just the very best for you to write. So I'm going to get right into it, and I'm going to start with Hope this time. So for people that have joined my sessions before, you know that I keep my guest speakers on the hot seat, and it's going to be very hot. You have the opportunity to call a friend or use 50-50. I'm just joking. But then I mean, what do I know? So let's start with Hope. I know that a lot of people are on this session, Hope, and they're hearing business analysis. They're hearing, oh, Hope is not working with a Nigerian company, she's working remotely. What is this business analysis exactly? Is it that I can analyze my business where I sell biscuits and water and analyze it? Is that what business analysis is? What exactly is business analysis? And how would you explain business analysis to a layman or a newbie, someone that has never heard about business analysis before?
so thank you once again for having me on this session, right? I know a lot of us must be having this confusion of what business analysis is and where do we fit in this particular career or job role within an industry. But Business analysis is basically the process of trying to understand the business process and trying to also proffer solutions that will help a business to develop and grow or reach out to its audience, right? So just like what you've said, maybe you have a biscuit shop and you want to sell biscuit, right? Sometimes you might not know exactly how to reach your end users or your customers, or how to expand your business. What are the necessary routes you need to take? What are the strategic processes or procedure that you need to take in order for you to grow your business, or in order for your business to reach its consumers? So that is where business analysis comes in, because it tends to analyze all the structures, the procedures, the techniques, the major routes that you need to take in order for you to get to your final destination, not minding the challenges, because obviously business analysis is there to break down those challenges, right? Your business might be facing a major challenge of, how do I get to my customers? There's a major blockade on the way, or stuff like that. So business analysis just tends to understand that process. How do we go about it? If this is proven to be difficult, how do we make the entire process even much more easy and seamless, so that we can develop and grow?
Hmm. Thank you so much, Hope. Thank you for that. So now I'm curious, what exactly is IT business analysis? And who are IT business analysts?
Yeah. So IT business analysts, right, are people who tend to understand the major development of software that is needed to for a company to utilize, so as to get to their customers. So for instance, you're working in a software development company and you want to develop a software or a platform whereby people could use on the internet. That is where the IT business analyst now comes in, because they make use of data to derive meaningful insight as to what are the major criteria that we need in order for us to develop this particular software, what are the major features that we need to integrate within this particular software. So how are we going to develop this software that it can easily be used by external users, or even though it's with a software that you're trying to develop for the business to use internally, right? So they tend to just break down the necessary requirements that will be used and integrated to develop that particular software for the benefit of either the customers or the in-house stakeholders.
Because I'm asking because I know that Trevor Tech Academy does IT business analysis. So I mean, I've always wondered what's the difference between business analysis and IT business analysis. But I think from your explanation, I can deduce that IT business analysts are the ones that deal with softwares, right? Hope, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I didn't know. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So IT business analysts work with tech companies. That's the major thing here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So that's where you're working. That's where the money is, Abby.
The money is everywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the IT business analyst or wherever, but yeah, majorly
Hmm,
is in tech. That's why
hmm.
everybody's rushing to the tech.
I see. I see. I know you not tell the truth, but it's okay. I'll accept that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Hope. Thank you for shedding more light on that. Now, Moshood, I hope you're not sleeping yet. Are you awake?
Yeah,
Okay, Moshood. Now, I want you to explain product management to us, like we are babies. No, not babies, because babies cannot reason. But I mean, like, I'm a newbie. I've never heard about product management. How would you explain product management to me in a way that I would understand?
well, almost everybody has must have heard about product management. I mean, what product managers do. So almost everybody must have heard that, but you might not know that this person is actually doing product management role, right? You know, in business, we have two ways. You render service to
You render
customers, and then
service
you
to
get
Mr.
revenue,
Mashud, kindly voice that,
right?
please.
Right.
Mr. Moshe, they are saying that we can't hear you very well. But are you joining with two devices?
No. I'm just using one device.
I don't know why it's echoing when I speak. Okay,
Um,
maybe you can
how
increase
about
your
now?
phone's volume.
Okay. So can everyone hear me loud and clear now?
Yes, I think it's better now.
All right. So I'm just talking about in business, in everything that everybody is doing, we have two ways. You render service to your customers, and also you get revenue from that service. People pay for that particular service. Now, for that service to happen, there's actually an operation, right? So in software industry, the operation is technical operation. You write code, we do everything, but there's someone that is driving all of these activities. Somebody that will go to the customer. Okay, what do you want as a customer? What do you want to see? What are the things that you want? What are the problems that you would like to solve? So that person gets the requirement and everything. Then the person go back to the technical team, which is the operation activities. Okay, this is what we want to build. We want to build something like this. We want to build something like that. We want it to work in this way. When you click this button, this should happen. That should happen. Then this person now go back to the customer, deliver it, and make revenue out of it. So all of this process, somebody that is going through all of this process, somebody that's in between the user experience, the business, and the technical point of view, is what we call is that person is product manager, and that is what we simply call product management. So just like to support what Hope has said, the business out of it is like when you get the business requirement, maybe the business analyst get the business requirement, or even in an organization where they don't have business analysts, product managers can also get the requirement. You guys work together. Then product managers meet the technical team, because technical team might not understand what the customer means. The technical team just want to write code, make everything happen, and then we go ahead. So somebody would have to explain, okay, our customer, they are actually in the age of 60 and above. They are old age people. They are not familiar with technical stuff. They can't. So if you make this button to be not to be self-explanatory enough, there will be a problem. They might not know how to use it. So somebody would have to explain, this is how it's supposed to happen. This is how it should be. This is how it should be. Then they will understand. Then they will develop it. Then from there, you now look at, okay, how can we make money from this thing? Right? We'll be charging per transaction, or they will be subscribing, or anyhow. You look at how are we going to the business aspect of it. Then you go back to the customer. We've developed these things for you. This is what you want. This is what you want to see. Okay, to access this particular service, you have to pay this. You have to pay that. So that is simply product management. And whoever that does that is what we call product manager. I don't know if I've explained clearly.
Hmm. Hmm. A lot of deep stuff. Okay, thank you so much, Moshe. Thank you for this. But then, I'm actually a story person. I like listening to stories, and I'm very curious and inquisitive, right? I want to
Okay.
know how you got yourself into product management, especially because you are not working for a Nigerian company. So I want to know, maybe I have chances of also blowing up like you. I want to blow.
Sorry, your voice. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Your voice is echoing, please.
Okay, Moshe, can you please mute for now?
It's not Moshood's
Maybe
own. I
just give
think,
me maybe just a few seconds. Let me
Madam,
just
it's
switch to
your
the
own that
device.
is echoing.
Okay, let everybody mute and let me be the only one speaking, and let's see if it's going to echo again.
It's
Now
not
it's not
echoing.
echoing.
Yeah, I think it's Moshood's own because you are now talking and everything is clear.
Yeah. Okay. So I was saying that thank you for those observations. I was saying that I'm a very curious person, and because for the sole purpose that Moshood is not working for a Nigerian company, and even Hope, I want to know what chances I have like this. Maybe I will blow in this 2024. I don't want to carry it over. How did you get into product management? Is it that you studied product management in the university you attended? Did you study it for 4 years? Did you know you're going to become a product manager since when you were in secondary school? I mean, what sparked your interest, and how did you even land this job that you are working right now, that you're a product manager? Do you understand my question, Moshood? Yes, you can mute now, Moshood. Hey, I hope Moshood can hear me.
All right. Sorry about the delay.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
actually
Oh,
changing
you're
my.
not echoing anymore. Nice.
I think it's okay. It's okay right now, right?
Yes, yes.
Is it? Can everybody hear me now, loud and clear? Hope it's not echoing now.
Yeah, it's loud
We can
now.
hear you.
Right.
Thank
Cool.
you.
All right. So I had a question. Well, I actually studied mathematics. In fact, I studied mathematics to the extent of master's level. So so it's not so
Stop playing. Stop playing.
so
So
it's not
you left
so
math
product
because
management
of
is not.
money. Human beings.
Well, so this life is also like a business. So is everything is all about revenue. It's all about making money.
Everybody
So
write that down. This life is also like a business. Everything is about revenue.
exactly.
Deep words.
So well, I actually studied mathematics, like I said, and when I started my career, I mean when I started working, so I started as a teacher. So I was teaching in secondary school, private school, to be precise. So then after I was in private school, after spending some years in private school, then I started asking a lot of questions like, is this um like I don't really like it, right? So it wasn't what I actually expected and what I planned for myself. So then I started trying to learn some things, and also when I was in university, thanks to mathematics as well, I was exposed to a lot of technical orientation, right? I already know about tech as a mathematics student, so maybe because of some useless programming that we were learning that time, but the exposure is there that there's something
It's
like called
useless
tech.
for me.
That's the story of another day. So yeah, so then I started exploring a lot of things in tech. I started learning testing, like what does testing mean. Then I found myself like doing part-time with one company by testing their softwares and stuff like that. So as I was testing, then I got involved in meeting customer as a tester. One way or the other, I got involved in meeting customers. Then also, as a tester, I have to be relating with developers. I was not writing code. I did not even know how to write code. Okay, so sorry, I'm actually seeing some chat. That's why I paused.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Okay. So I did not even know how to write code, and even up to now, I'm not that proficient in writing code. So, should in case you still have another question that I give, do I know how to write code? So even up to now, I'm not like an expert in writing code, although I just have a knowledge that I'm not using in product management. That's one aside. So then I started relating with customers, relating with product managers, and once in a while, the company get me involved in some business meetings, maybe based on opportunity, right? So I started getting that particular knowledge about product management, and I did not know that is product management actually. Not until when I started reading more, trying to discover myself more, then I was told that is actually product management role. Then I did some courses and stuff like that. Then started applying, and then moved myself to. Um, I found myself in Swedish company that I'm working for today. So that's actually my journey in product management. And since that time, it has been a very fantastic journey. And I don't think there's any other role I would want to do in tech apart from product management, because from product manager, then you move straight to higher level, which is like being a founder.
Hmm. I hope you remember that Hope is here and she's a business analyst. This is what they are saying. You don't think you want to be anywhere else. If Hope comes for you, I'm not there. I'm not among. Wow, interesting story, mathematician. I mean, that story of studying useless programming, I can relate to it. So my first degree that I ever got enrolled to in university, I studied chemistry, and in my 200 level, we were asked to learn Java. Ah, that was one of the most
Yeah, you get
annoying
it.
semesters in my life. Like, how will I be studying chemistry and ask me to do Java? In fact, the seniors ahead of me said they were learning, is it Fortran or something? And we had to learn that code at the end of the day, because of course I'm a smart person, I don't brag about it, but I had B. I mean, I had 60 B on dots, and I was so like, thank you, Jesus, thank you, God, for giving me this B, because it was not the easiest. But then I can relate to you studying codes that now you're now like, this is not even what we use in our daily life. So, but I'm happy for you that you were able to find out that I don't like this teaching thing. Now, teaching is great for people who have passion for it, but
Yeah,
I've also
exactly.
found myself, yes, I told you that the first degree I did was chemistry. I had to transition, go back to school to study communications, and then transition into brand communications and, public relations. So, because I found out that this lab coat where they wear, they sweet me. I go just dey lab, they mix chemical. And I wanted more for myself. I knew what I was passionate about. I mean, now I'm talking, you're enjoying my flow of talk. If you're not enjoying it, you should know why you're not enjoying it. But I know that people enjoy me when I speak. I had to go into communications. And I can as well say that transitioning or transiting is one of the best decisions anyone can make. I've met people that tell me one-on-one or one-to-one that I don't really like what I'm doing. And then I'm like, transition, change. And they're like, do you know how many years that will cost me? Like another 2 years of my life. And I'm like, okay, this is 2024 now. Whether you like it or not, God will keep our lives. You will be alive, right? In the next 2 years, which is 2026, you will still be doing that thing you don't like. That 2 years will come before you know it. So why not transition, start the process now, and in the next 2 years, you're happy that you made that decision. I mean, that just makes sense. That just makes a lot of sense. So that's my opinion, anyways. You might think I cannot advise you. Sorry. That's my opinion. But Moshu, thank you for the wonderful story. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
telling us how you transitioned and how you left your first love for money. We understand. Thank you. And then another amazing part is you saying that you don't even use the coding, the little coding in product management, which makes it
Yeah,
even more interesting. Which makes it more
yeah.
interesting. I mean, why is life hard? Why is life hard? So thank you for that, Moshood. Now, Hope, it's time to hear your story. Don't run away. Can you hear me, Hope?
Yes, I can hear you.
So, which first love did you leave for business analysis?
Well, as we all know, change is constant, right? And as
Anytime
much
people
would have
start with
said,
that, just know change is constant.
life is a business. You need revenue to promote your business, right? So I actually I'm a graduate of political science, and
No way. Ah,
yes,
wow,
I
wow,
studied
wow.
political science, and after my 4 years in the university, I started working with a software development company, but as an office administrator, right? And I was
Wow.
actually not really into tech. I didn't really have any idea of, and I guess it just always have to do with your environment and the people around you. So when I left my home where I was staying and moved to a new town, the company I had, it was a software development company, and I had people who were already into tech, a UX UI designer, project manager, a whole lot of them, UX writer and stuff like that, and they were all into tech. The UX writer was into tech, UX design into tech, everyone was just into tech, no other domain. And thankfully for those people, they were actually telling me that, okay, this is something you can also do into like in tech. And I didn't really have any will I say, any zeal to do whatever it is they were doing, the project management, UX UI design, UX writing and stuff like that. I had to look for something different, right? Something that wouldn't be as what everyone was doing. And that was how I got to realized business analysis, and I started learning. And after that, a colleague of mine actually chipped into the management and was like, okay, Hope is actually learning business analysis. Maybe we can give her like a trial to just do like an internship with us other than just sitting as an office admin. And thankfully they accepted, and I started doing internship. And before you know it, I started working as a BA after the internship and started learning a whole lot because I was working with different set of people from different tech domain and all that, right? So after that, I then got another job, right, which is now with the Czech Republic, because I actually started working with the tech company and we developed a lot of products. And then finally, I got another offer from the Czech Republic to work as a business product analyst. And so far, so good. It has been going great. I think there was a time when I was learning. I was actually, before I started learning, I was asking myself, what was I made for? What was I made for? In this Nigeria, you wouldn't even get anyone to appoint you to the House of Assembly or anywhere as a political science student. It's just like you wasted your 4 years studying a whole lot of rubbish. Who is Machiavelli? Who is Pluto? And stuffs like that. All those rubbish. And then
Hey.
I don't think. And I was asking myself that what was I doing back then, right? What was I really doing back then? Like it was just a few weeks ago. I was sitting there, I was asking myself, what was I even doing back then? Right? What was I even made for? And then thankfully for tech, it's been an awesome journey so far. No need for coding, no need for stress. It's just being able to understand who you're working with and be able to know how to work with them. And that's just it.
Hope, first of all, we need you in Nigeria's politics. Make Nigeria better. Please. We
Please,
have
please,
like
please,
10
please.
of you. Nigeria would
Tinubu
have
is
been
there
better.
already. Tinubu is there already. Let me continue enjoying my tech money
Thank
and just
you. Thank you. I mean, thank you. Then, secondly, thank you for giving me the correct pronunciation of Czech Republic. Because I mean, I would have embarrassed my forefathers by saying Sijech.
no. Before I was there working there, I was also saying, what was I even calling?
Sijech. I've
But
always
I
been
had to.
this
Thank
country,
you. I
and I
was also
always say like
saying Zech.
Sijech.
Zech
Man, ignorance is
is
bad.
Czech.
Wow, thank you for that pronunciation, Czech Republic. So I'm gonna check you out, the Czech Republic. Okay. So I mean, this is another story of someone who transitioned from political science. Wow. See the transition is deep. Oh, you people, you're leaving your first love for money. Okay, but then it's amazing that you're doing what you enjoy doing now. Moshood said he would rather be in product management. Product management is best. Now, Hope is also saying business analysis is the best. Okay, but then, thank you guys. Thank you for sharing your story with us. I mean, it's both inspiring and informative at the same time. Then, I like the fact that you talked about. So now, this is another thing. This is where the twist is. Um, your journey is different from every other person's, and that's the amazing part about life. When Moshood was sharing his story, Moshood said he was already learning product management, but he didn't even know it was called product management. He didn't even know what he was doing was product management until he now really found out that, oh, what I'm doing is product management, and he now became more intentional. Whilst Hope, on the other hand, was yesterday was for DevOps, Mr. Wolabi. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Now, well, Hope, on the other hand, said she decided to look for something that not everybody is doing, and she found business analysis and stuck with it. Right? So, two different people, amazing careers, but two different stories. So it just means that some people are here today, they will decide today that they want to transition, but they are going to transition because they have learned about this career path, maybe from this Q&A session. While some other people have heard about this before and they're like, should I not? Don't fret. I mean, your journey is different, your journey is unique. What matters is that you find what you love doing and you're happy to do that. So, once again, you guys, thank you so much for the story. And maybe I'll still do maybe business analysis or product management at the end of this class. All right, thank you. Now, Moshood, I have a question for you. I was speaking to someone recently and I asked her what she does, and she said, I'm a product slash project manager. And I'm like, okay, product slash project manager. Now I'm like, what's the difference between product management and project management? Are they the same, or is it that project is another name for product?
Well, they are completely different actually. But as a product manager, you can also be a project manager. But first of all, let me just explain the difference between product and project. Product is something that is continuous. I mean, it's in cycle form. You keep doing it. For instance, now, this particular discussion that we are having now, this particular class now, is a project, right? And you anchoring this particular thing now, you're a project manager because it actually has the beginning and it's going to end, right? But let's say this class is going to continue every day and it keeps going like that, and that's our daily business. That makes it a product, right? And if you're managing it, that makes you a product manager. So project is something that has beginning and it definitely has an end. But product, we all know what product is. Somebody somebody that's having a bakery now, it's not going to stop it tomorrow and say I'm not doing it again unless something happen, right? So it's a product, it keeps going and it keeps going, and if you're managing it, makes you a product manager. But something that has beginning and it has an end, so that is a project. And if you're managing something like that, that makes you a project manager. Now, what is now the relationship? So as a product manager, you will definitely have a project inside it. For instance, now we have a banking software now that we are building, but at some point we want to build a particular feature. That particular feature maybe is a big feature or a small feature. It will definitely have beginning. It will definitely have beginning and it will end. Or maybe we are deploying that particular solution to one big something. It will have beginning and the deployment will end. So at that point in time, you are actually doing project inside product. So if you manage something like that as well, that makes you a product manager. I don't know if I'm not confusing anyone or my words are not intertwining. So being a product manager can also make you a project manager. But it's on a rare occasion you see somebody being a project manager to be product manager, and I'm not sure it's usually happen. So that's just the difference actually, and that's the relationship between them.
So you're trying to say that if I'm very good at managing products, I'm a product manager, I'm going to be able to manage projects.
Yeah, definitely, exactly.
But the fact that I can manage projects does not mean I can manage a product.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Ayo, you sabi. Thank you so much, Moshe. Thank you. I think it makes sense now. It makes a lot of sense now. Because okay, someone is asking, what of program manager? Moshe, they don't bring waiting past me like this. So yeah.
Yeah, all of these things is just like the name. You just have to translate the name. Like program manager now, is like being a project manager for a very large program. Maybe it's still like a project, but it's on a very large scale, right? I'm looking for an example. Maybe let's say I'm working for MTN now, right? And then we were asked that we are going to deploy MTN solution to entire northern region. So it's a very large something, and it will take us serious numbers of time. So in that case, it might not be like a project. So they can say, we are actually running a program somewhere, right? So if you are managing something like that, it's like a program manager. So when you are managing a very large project that is going to run for a serious numbers of time, but it has an end, that work makes it different from product management. Product does not have end. It keeps going unless the company fold up, the product does not have any customer, or they are not generating money, or they have problem. But it will keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. So that's just the difference.
So in comms or branding, recall that one, like maybe when you want to launch a campaign, you might not want to get a brand manager. You can just get a campaign manager, right? So I think that's like something I can relate to. Okay, thank you so much for that. I hope AA Osilaja got that. Okay, thank you, Jai, Mr. Moshood. I mean, I'm learning a lot from this. I'm learning a lot. I hope Hope is still here. hoping to be called upon.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, Hope. Now, for you, it's not product management or project management. For your own is business analysis and data analytics. Okay, today I was talking to somebody. This is even very serious and real. And the person was saying data analysis. And I'm like, oh, okay, you mean data analytics. So now we are saying business analysis again, and you are called a business analyst. A data analytics person is called a data analyst. So what's the difference between a business analyst and a data analyst? Or what's the difference between business analysis and data analytics?
Okay, so most times, right, these terms can also be like misconcepted and stuff like that, because when you're trying to transition into careers like this, you find out that there's a whole lot of things that might be confusing to you. But as being said, it is important for you to know the terms and what their activities are, right? So that you'll be able to understand what exactly you're in for, which career aspect are you really transitioning into, so you don't get to waste your time beating around the bush, going all around, right? So for business analysis and data analysis, they are two different things. Like business analysis right now, it just deals with being able to understand the entire business, what the business is, what the business does, who are their major target audience, who are the people you need to communicate with, who are the people you need to work hand in hand in, and what business problem are you solving, right? So this now requires you to majorly gather the requirement that is needed for you to understand what the business is, who your business stakeholders are, that is the major key players in the business, who own the business, who make decisions in the business, and then what problem are we trying to solve. So you have to communicate with them in order for you to understand exactly what problem you want to solve, right, within the business. Whereas data analysis has to do with the data visualization, working with raw numbers, right? If you want to say numbers rather, so you just say datas and numbers, right? You work with data to visualize, clean the data, that is data mining, and also trying to visualize the data to understand how major trends within the business within the business or within the industry is affecting your business. Now, this data analysis or data analysts, they make use of this data to make informed decisions to the company, right? Whereby to understand, okay, we have businesses in certain region, maybe in Africa, in Asia and stuff like that. And we want to know how our business is prospering or how our business is growing within this region, or who are the most consumers we have within our industries in this region in Asia. Now you can gather the numbers, right? Maybe you're supplying your product to like 15 companies in industries or companies or merchandise in Asia, and then maybe like 15 others in Africa, 15 other in the USA and stuff like that. Now you want to see which region is consuming most of your products. So you get to understand, okay, where do we need to focus all our attention and energy and ensure that this other region also consume even more? Or maybe, okay, why are they not consuming our products even more? Now, that is where the data analysis falls in, or a data analyst comes in, because they now have to now gather all the number of data, the company, maybe the customers that they have at the end of the day, how many customers, how many purchase do they have in the day. So they gather those number and then they visualize it so that people can now make informed decisions to be like, okay, this is what is affecting our business in this region. Whereas now business analysts, right, or business analysis now have to do with, okay, how do we bridge this gap that we are now having after getting the information from the data analyst or data analysis sector? How do we make use of this data to bridge this gap so that our business is not going to lag, or so that we don't shut down in this region? What is causing the major challenge? What is the challenge our business is facing within this region? Okay, maybe we need to create we need to hire more staffs, or we need to create more warehouses for our business. Okay, how do we go about developing the warehouse? Or is it that we want to develop a software so that we can easily reach the vendors that we have in that region, or stuffs like that? Now, that is just the differences. So you just gather the requirements as a business analyst, gather the major requirement that you need, and then you now work hand in hand also with either the data analyst or the product managers and other people within your department, so that you can gather the requirement that is needed in order for you to provide a better solution or to bridge the gap in that industry or the company you're working in.
Hmm. Detailed. Thank you so much, Hope. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense now. It makes sense now. So it's even funny. So you guys work together, product managers, business analysts, data analysts.
Well, we have transferable skills, right? Like if it's for the project management, right? You tend to understand what the product it is, what the product you're working on, who are your customers, who are the business owners and stuff like that. So it just has to deal with the different interchangeable skills that you have, being able to communicate, being able to understand the business, what the business is, what problem are we trying to solve, what gap are we trying to bridge, and stuff like that. That is just the major bottom line.
Okay. Okay. I think I get you better now. Thank you so much, Hope. I hope everyone is learning a thing or two. Okay, let me take three questions, either from product management or business analysis. So you can raise your hand now. And the people raising their hands right now, do you have questions or you raised it earlier? Let me start with Denzel, my friend. Denzel, Denzel. Denzel, can you hear me? Do you have a question or okay, let's go with Surge Group. Yes, you can use the chat box. I can call me. You don't want us to hear your beautiful voice. That's okay. You can use the chat box. Medinat, do you have a question? Okay, who's speaking? Denzel.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I want to ask. My question goes for both. So, well, especially towards the business analysis, I want to ask that what are the criteria you need to have before you can start? Because what everybody is saying that they actually just shifted from one career path to another. But if you're like, okay, let's say you've not had any career path or whatever, and you want to start fresh, so what are the criteria you need to have, or what are the skill sets you need to have for you to get successful in each of those careers?
Okay, thank
I
you.
hope I hope you understand the question.
Yes, I do. Thank you. So Hope is asking that how can someone transition into business analysis without any background in tech or without any background whatsoever?
Okay. Okay, so in for you to become
Sorry, Hope.
successful in
IT business analysis to be precise.
Okay, so for you to be successful in any of the aspects of business analysis, you want to venture into either a process business analyst or IT or system analyst or intelligence analyst, right? You need to be able to have strong analytical skills, which is you being able to understand situations within the business, which is either the problem, the challenges, and the bottlenecks that the business is facing, right? Whatever it is, you're able to understand. You have strong business acumen or stuff like that to understand the major challenge so that you can actively deliver on the task, right? So also you need to have a communication skills, right? It is very, very important because at all points in time, whatever sector you decide to fall in, you are always going to communicate because you're going to serve as a major link between the business stakeholders. Your stakeholders are the major decisions makers, people who make decisions. Without their decisions, no business decision can be made. So you need them. So you need to know how to communicate in clear and concise terms when you're trying to work on a project with them. And then you need to be able to understand the kind of information that you get, know how to handle the information, right? And also being able to create reports or documentation, which is also like writing skills, right? Because at all points in times you need to document the major facts and findings that you've got so that you can be able to evaluate them to come up with a better solution. Also, you need like attention to detail, right? And also like attention to detail when your stakeholders are talking about what they need, either your consumers or your major decision maker. You need to know exactly what they're saying, so you pay attention and also like listen. And then also you need to have like the basic knowledge of the software or tools that is being needed for a particular career, either your project management, UX writer, whatsoever field. But mind you, some of these tools are still interchangeable. So sometimes you find people easily transition into a different field. For me, I can easily transition as a product manager. Mr. Moshood can also transition as a product manager, or I can even become a communications manager, right? And because I have the communication
Just say
skills,
you
so I
like
just
what
need
I'm
to
doing. Just say it.
so so I just need to know what is needed. How do I become a major player in this particular career? So that is just the basic thing. Just know exactly the major things that you need to know so that you can effectively work or become a successful BA, project manager, whatever you want.
Thank you so much, Hope. In addition to what Hope said, let me just say that, see,
Been raising my hand. I have a question too.
yes, don't worry, I'll call on
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll call on you.
Okay.
So, in addition to what Hope said, I'm just going to say that the first thing or first ingredient in transitioning is interest. If you're transitioning majorly because of money and nothing else, you might get tired because nothing in this life is simple. Money is a motivator, right? Of course, when I said I left chemistry to come, of course, I was sure that there was money in what I'm talking about. But if I left just because of the money and I didn't really like it, I would be tired because it got to a point when I started defending some project and I was like, wait till I enter like this. I already knew my chemical formula and I thought I
Can you
was
hear me
good.
now?
Please mute your mics, please. Please. I don't want to start muting people myself.
Why are you not happy with?
This is a boat. I'm removing this person. That was a boat. So I had to start sorry. I had to start asking myself, man, am I sure I want to do this? And then, apart from interest, you also have to determine that you really want to transition. This is it. The position you are, whatever thing you are doing before, you are living a life normally. If it was from another job, you are earning money. There might be temptation to think that this thing is long ago. How do I transition now? Maybe I should just continue my old life. So you need both interest and determination to say yes, I'm really, really interested in transitioning. So once you have both, since at Tremtech Academy, for example, you don't have to learn coding. I mean, I feel like the rest is easy. We have seasoned instructors in the academy, seasoned instructors, people that know what they are doing, they know their onions, and in fact, they will make transitioning easy for you. So transitioning means they're going to start from the basics. What is business analysis? What is product management? So you don't have to have 1 year experience in it before we say, okay, you cannot take our course. Do you understand? So that's that for Denzel. I hope you got that. So let me take Okwe. Okwe, you have a question?
Yes, my question is for both product manager and business analyst, but I'll first of all go with Hope. Okay, so the
Okay.
question is, to become a business analyst, what are the software that you need to use? Is it the same? Is it do you have to use Excel, SQL, and all those things? Like, what are the apps or software that you need to use?
Okay. Ayo, can I go?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing that you need to know is that there are some of the general tools that can easily be used, right, to achieve your tasks or your day-to-day activity, right? But the major thing you need to understand is the industry you find yourself in and the day-to-day activities that is involved. What are the tasks that is required of you to do, right? So sometimes you might know, even though you are in tech, the kind of job or day-to-day activity you do might be different from the kind of day-to-day activity I do, even though we are in tech. So there are a series of tools and softwares that is being utilized in order for us to achieve our goal. So like for me right now, right, I make use of the Jira, which is basically for project management and assigning of tasks and grooming of the product backlog to ensure that all team members are on the same page. They know exactly what they're working on, what is coming up next, and what is currently running. And then you make use of the Lucid Chat or the Miro or Visio. These tools helps you in developing your process mapping, which is like the business process notation, right? That just helps you to define the step-by-step actions that is necessary in getting a task done. Either maybe you're developing a software, right? So you just list out like the necessary roadmaps that a user would use to achieve certain goal interacting with the software, which is known as the business process mapping, or your flow chart or process mapping. And then you have your Miro and Lucidchat also for your wireframing. So this is just more like a low definition design where you come up with interfaces for the software or the system that you're trying to design, right? So I work in tech, but this is the basic tool that I make use of. And then also you have your Confluence, right? Or your Microsoft Word or Google Docs for your documentation of all the requirements, because as business analysts there's some documents we have to create. Now these documents just have or contain all the major requirements that we've been able to gather from our stakeholders, right? Some people also make use of Excel, which is maybe they're working with series of numbers, or depending on what their company is into. Like let's say you're working in a fintech or stuff like that. Sometimes they want to analyze their revenue that they've been able to generate over time. So you can happen to like make use of Excel, and you can happen to make use of Power Pivot or Visio or Tableau, where you also visualize data, right? But it's nothing difficult. It's just being able to understand those tools and what they are meant for so that you can achieve those tasks. But please understand that it just basically depends on the task that you are working on or being assigned to, or
That
the
would
task that
depend
has been
on the
assigned
tools
to
that you
you.
use.
Yeah, it just depends on what task that has been assigned to you in the organization or in the industry that you make use of. You have a lot of them. It's not all of them that you use. And the major thing is being able to understand the tools that works best for you. So if you know how to utilize a tool, you can now introduce that tool to the industry and say, okay, this also achieve the same goal or task as the other tool that you're introducing to me. This can help me get the job done faster, other than going through courses to learn this and stuff like that. But the
Okay, Hope,
important
can
thing
I
is
say
putting your
something?
mind to it. Yeah.
Yeah, Hope, can I say something? First of
Yes, please
all,
go ahead.
I think because the tools you mentioned, Excel, SQL, they are for data analytics.
That's why I mentioned that it depends on the industry. There are a
Yeah,
lot of tools, so don't get it confused.
yes. So I wanted to ask specifically now that which one do we teach in Travel Tech Academy for business analysis?
Okay, so for the business analysis courses that we've been having is business analysis in tech, which is basically like the software development aspect, right? So we make use of Jira, which is on most job descriptions. If you say you want to start looking at job descriptions or applying to jobs, you get to see Jira, you get to see Miro, Lucidchat, Visio, or stuff like that. But for the courses, we have Jira, which is number one. We have Confluence, which is also integrated in Jira, or we make use of Microsoft Word or Google Docs. And then we have Miro or Lucidchat that we make use of to come up with our process flow, or we have our process flow or the wireframe. So we make use of either Miro or Lucidchat for those.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
okay, I hope you got that.
Yes, I got it. But it's the same question I have for Mr. Moshood as well. What are the tools that you need to to learn to become a product manager?
What if I told you that you will hear almost the same answer? But let me let Mr. Mushu talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we actually use the same tool. All of these tools are actually for majorly for collaborations and stuff like that, and it enhances management. So, like for instance, now Jira is to majorly for tracking what the tasks of what your team are doing, like what is to do, what are they doing, what is in review, what have they done, all sort of things like that. How you prefer to arrange it, Scrum, and all of those terminologies, right? And then Lucid Chat or Miro is for, it's like a board, like a chalkboard or whiteboard or whatever, so that we usually have in the office. So most usually when you are working remotely, so we use this tool to collaborate with our teammate to drop your idea and a lot of things, do the mapping, drawing, and a lot of things. We do a lot of things together on these boards. So it's more or less like the same tool that we use.
Moshood, do you know
Although,
Asana?
sorry, yeah, Asana is same thing as is in the same category with what was it called, Jira.
Trello.
There's Asana, Trello, there is Jira. Which other one? There are a lot of them.
Yes, I know that one if I don't know anything, because I use it in my organization with some product managers. So I know
Yeah.
Asana. And the name is
Yeah.
Okay,
funny.
thank
So
you.
it's talk.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what to hear my own, Abby.
No, sorry. Go ahead. I'm
No,
listening.
no,
Sorry.
I'm joking.
So
Okay.
although in product management there are some other tools that you would like to, it would be good to get familiar with it, but they are majorly technical team tools, right? For instance, now knowing something about GitHub, Bitbucket, um, SD, I mean the tool where they write code. What is it called? Like all this VS Code, Android Studio, and all sort of things like that. It doesn't mean you'll be using them, but it's always good to get familiar with it, right? When you're working with developers, because as a product manager, we definitely work with developers, and when they are doing all of these things, when they are saying all of these things, you shouldn't be shy to hear them or feel timid when you are hearing all of these things. So some of these tools as well will be looked into. So stuff like that. I hope I answered
Yeah.
your question.
Yes, and I also think that personally, from my experience, when it comes to, like, Hope mentioned this when she talked about the task you need and the organization can also determine. So,
Yeah.
for example, in communication, there are some tools that normally they exist and maybe they're like the commonest ones, but you might want to get a job with an organization and they tell you that, oh, we have our own specifically. So, for example, I got a job with a US company September last year, and they told me about Oasis, which was a platform they used. Before then, I'd never used Oasis before. I'd used what's this I've forgotten the name of this other one. That was one I was used to majorly. So I had to learn on the job. But because of my prior experience in the other one, it was easier for me to navigate because they're almost the same thing. It's just like Instagram and Twitter. No, not Twitter. Let me register. Instagram and TikTok, right? Because you use Instagram, you can easily navigate TikTok. So I think you cannot learn all the tools in the world, fine, really. So knowing the ones that are like maybe the common ones or what can help you get the job done, even if the organization that wants to employ you says, oh, we have something else, it will be easy for you to navigate. Am I right, Hope and Moshood?
You're very
Yeah.
correct. You're very correct.
Thank you, my August. Thank you.
just to add to that, right?
Okay.
Like in our own company now, when we are hiring developers, we are not really using the common tool in terms of the development. We actually have our own internal tool that we are using for development. But when you are
Imagine.
familiar with the common ones, it will be very, very easier for you to come along with it. And of course, when you are hiring developers, we'll train them on how to use our own tool. But if you don't have prior knowledge about the common one, you won't get along, and that will not be fine, and you will not even find it funny, right? So the most important thing is that learn the common ones that can make life easier and stuff like that. Then the other tools also will come in line. And another thing is that I usually tell people that, you see, all of these tools, they are some people's products, so they are ready to teach you on how to use it. So even if you have any problem in using them, but if you don't have prior knowledge, or you don't know how to navigate yourself, how to draw something on Miro, so don't find it, you will find it difficult using Miro, there's Mira. So if you don't know how to use Miro, you will find it difficult in using Mira. And even if you are contacting their support to come and help you, you won't be able to communicate because you will get lost.
Imagine if you are here and you're planning on having twins, Miro and Mira. What a nice name. Thank you
So
so much, Moshood.
yeah.
Thank you. So someone is saying we should read the chat in the chat box. Now, first of all, someone says Um, I wait, sorry. As regards product management, is there any prerequisite knowledge needed? Moshood.
Yeah, the major thing is just the training. That's all. So, like I said when I was narrating my own story, it's all about the training. So when you go through the training, like how can you do product management and stuff like that, then that's all. You don't need any technical knowledge. You don't need any degree, certificates. So all what you just need to know is how to read and write and how to learn.
Hmm, okay, thank you. And then Medina is saying, what post can a data analyst take in a company? A data analyst is already a position, a title. So it's just like saying, what post can a banker take in a bank? Right? A banker is already a title. So that's data analyst data analyst position. So then Akinkumi again is saying, what are the prospects for product management in Nigeria? He's saying in details. See, Moshu, let me not lie to you. This prospect question, I just scope. What he's trying to say is money part. Because go prospect your English. Ni. He's trying to talk about the money part. And I was really going to ask about that. He said, no, oh, it's
Said
not
no.
okay, it's not money part. You don't like money. Sorry about that. Okay. What are the prospects? Before I now ask my money question, Moshood.
Okay, actually, product management, right? Our product managers, they are one of the key people in software industry, in software companies. So even if you have developers, the best of developers, you can't do without product managers. Okay, so you can't do without product managers. So it's very very it's an important role in every software company, because after the truth part of it is that after the founder or the CEO or whoever, the
Oh,
next person is product manager. So because you are the manager, you are the owner of that particular product. You are the CEO you are the mini CEO of a product. Let's say in a company that has multiple products, they would definitely have product manager for each and every product, because somebody must be driving activities. Does that provide
Okay.
an answer to your question?
Yeah, I hope Akinkunmi got that. I mean, you know the way the big companies have managers, right?
Yeah,
That's the same way software companies or tech companies also want product managers because they have products. Instagram or Meta now, they need someone to manage their products. Their product is not just Instagram. Reels is a product. Their
exactly.
subscription verification is a product. So
in the
as long
product.
yeah, as long as there are tech companies in existence, you will always have product managers. That's my own take. So Such is raising his hand or their hand. You have a question?
Yes, I have a question to ask.
Okay,
Sorry,
go ahead.
please. The product manager. The question is coming towards your end. Please, can you share an example of a challenging decision a project manager had to make?
One of the most challenging decision is going live. That's one of the most tedious decision. Like, you have to be sure, like going live with anything that you've done. Maybe maybe you develop a new feature or a new product from scratch, but just going live from staging environment. Okay, we are deploying this to our customer. It's one of the tough decisions to make as a product manager.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then,
because anything you do like this is going directly to the customer, and anything that happens, you'll be the person to answer question.
okay, another question goes like this: how does this product managers collaborate with other teams, like all these marketers and the rest of them?
Yeah, product management is a cross-functional role. You have to relate with everybody, starting from business analyst. Right, business analysts help you to get requirement. You get the requirement from them, you study the requirement, you come up with PRD, and maybe your business analyst is somebody like Hope. So he has already done PRD for you. So you just go through it, understand the requirement, right? And if you have to meet the customer together, you meet the customer together, and then you you get more insight about the requirement. So from there, you call the development team, and then when you meet the development team, you tell them this is what we want to do, this is the pain point, this is the solution we want to provide for the pain point. Then you from there, when they are done, you go back to the customer facing team, that is marketers, brand manager, who else, customer support. So all the customer facing people. So you meet them, you tell them, okay, this is our star feature. I mean, this is the main feature that will bring that will drive customer, because this is their pain point. You let them understand, you train them on how to use the product. You tell them, okay, this is, you see this feature, we are not proud of it at the moment. So you know how you are going to sell it. You see this feature, this is our best feature for now. This is our strategic feature. You see, for this, we are ready to provide this one for free. But along the line, when you get in, you will start paying for it. All of those strategies. So you meet the customer facing people and you let them know. And whenever they have questions, they will come and meet you. Then you explain, you give an answer. If I'm to divide my daily activity, right, I would say that I use 40% of my day to answer question. So I use 40% of my day to answer question, like around 30% for my own task, and the rest to chase people. to chase people here and there for them to do their work, or for them to meet their deadline. Let me put it that way. So that's just the breakdown and how you work with the entire team.
Okay, that's understandable. Then, is there any certifications you can recommend for someone aspiring to be a successful product manager?
Yeah, after training, there are some certification that can be like an added advantage, like something like PSM. I think there's PSM1, PSM2. There's another one, they call it, is this I've forgotten the terms, but there are some certifications actually that is like an added advantage. But you can't just go for the certification without having the knowledge, because all the certification is just exam straight. And then reading. Honestly, if you just like reading, it might not help. It's most likely that it will not help, right? So after the training, then you go for the certification, is an added advantage. But the most important thing is the after your training is having a real experience. I mean, like an internship. That is most important thing.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, Mashu, thank you so much for that. Thank you. And I hope that Serge got his answer. Okay, so before I go ahead, I want to say one or two things before I take other questions. Number one is both business analysis and product management are offered in Traveltech Academy. And for both careers, you do not need to learn coding when you decide you want to transition into both careers. That's number one. Number two is we have seasoned instructors. Imagine someone like Moshood taking you product management. I mean, that's sweet. Or someone like Hope, they are ready to break down topics. Our instructors at Traveltech are really willing to carry you along in the journey. They do not make you feel out of the box. They're going to start from the very scratch and help you understand what you are getting into. Not like you get in there and you feel left alone, like, why is the world so wicked? I mean, secondly, in Traveltech Academy, you cannot be tired of me in this session. In Traveltech Academy, our classes hold on weekends only, Saturdays and Sundays. And we do this because we understand that you have jobs, you have things you're doing. Maybe you're a student, maybe you have a job, maybe you are doing a training, whatever. We cannot now say, oh, our classes are on Monday mornings and you must join. I mean, it doesn't make any sense if our audience are people that are professionals or working class. So that's why we have made our classes on Saturdays and Sundays, and the classes are fixed. So it's not that you will not join the academy, you're done, that will not tell us, oh, I'm not free on so time, let's fix this time. No, we already have our time, and you dance to our tune. And our times are 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Saturday, and Sunday. So we use Google Meet for our classes like this, but your instructors can share their screen and you can do practicals. Someone is saying, how can you do practical online? People take university courses 4 years online. So what are you saying? Come on, come off it. Also, our classes are live. They are not physical, and so you can ask questions from your instructors live, one-to-one, online. And once you join the academy or the boot camp, you're going to be added to a group where you are going to find yourself in a community of other people in the same tech career like yourself. So you're not alone. So when you join a group, imagine you see maybe 20-something people and all of you want to transition together. Yes, one of our admins just posted details on the group. You will know that no be only you did this category, and that can ginger you, right? At the same time, once you are done with Travel Tech Academy, maybe you're done with your boot camp, you get a certification. I know someone is asking, so who your certification help? E-help, gone. Number one, Travel Tech Academy is not just registered in Nigeria, but also in the United Kingdom. Did you feel that? Yes, you did. So our certification is recognized. We have past students from places like Canada, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, USA, and the list goes on and on. Even we have our instructor from Czech Republic. As we did. Is it a joke to you? So Travel Academy is not small. On Instagram, we have almost 13,000 followers. What are you saying? So I'm saying our certification is recognized. At the same time, once you are done with the bootcamp, we don't just leave you to yourself. That hey, go and navigate your life by yourself. We are done with you. We are done with you. No. After getting the certification, you have access to 12 weeks mentorship. Now, the 12 weeks mentorship is 4 weeks of classes, again with your mentors. Ask me what they'll be teaching you. They'll be taking you on topics like how to build your resume, how to build a portfolio, where to apply to jobs, how to develop your LinkedIn profile, networking in your career, interview questions, where to apply for jobs, should you go for internship first or jobs first? I mean, these are practical questions because the point is, okay, I've transitioned, so what will I do with my life? Right? So this is why the mentorship is there. Then the additional 8 weeks, you have free access to the mentors to explore whatever you have learned in the 4 weeks and beyond, and also ask them questions. So for example, imagine you have an interview within the 3 months, set up for maybe an internship offer or maybe an entry role offer. You can message your instructor and say, or your mentor rather, and say, hi, please, I have this question, I'm preparing for this interview, can you help me out? And they will gladly help out. So we don't just train you and leave it to yourself. By the way, you don't get your certification because you pay for the course automatically. No. We have projects, practical life projects, that if you do not do the project, you will not get the certification. That's the fact. Because imagine us giving certification to everybody that pays. That means we are selling certificates. And that means someone might not even know what business analysis is really or product management. And they just come, collect the certificate and go and embarrass us outside, which we don't want. Right? So Travel Academy is one of the best academies you can decide to learn product management from or business analysis, and you don't need to learn how to code. On the chat box, one of our admins have dropped details, links that you can click on, numbers that you can message, and also details. So on our website for each of the classes, you can check the curriculum. If you're still not sure on what we are saying, you can check the curriculum to see what we offer. Now, Medinat is saying, what items do you need to start learning? Like what type of laptop software? The only thing you need is a working laptop and a good phone. Once you get to the class, your instructor is going to tell you what software to download or what application to download. So you just need a laptop that is good and you need time. Right? That's it. So I'm going to be taking another question now. But then before I take another question, I have a question for Hope and Moshood. See, all these things we are saying is sweet and interesting. Money is also important, let's not lie. Because I want to transition. What's my hope? How will my family eat? I have bills, bro. So let me start with Moshood. Let me start with Moshood. Moshood, I go with you. Let me start with Moshood. What's the earning potential of a product manager in Nigeria and outside Nigeria? Moshood, give us figures. I promise you, I will not bill you after this session. I promise you. Just give us figures. Give us range
Okay.
from the lowest possible
Maybe
lowest to,
maybe you will not bill me, but what if someone that can bill me is beside me?
No, I
How
will
can I
block
run away
that
from
billing. Don't worry. People should not bill him. Oh, don't bill him.
So well, actually, every one of us must have seen the figures online here and there, right? And I can assure you that they are not fake. So they are actually there are a lot of, like, it's highly rewarding position, even both product management and for product manager and business analyst. They are highly rewarding position, to be honest. So I think that should be sufficient.
Shouldn't do this. We know it's highly rewardable. Everybody will say their work is highly rewardable. Tell us figures. From what range to what range? What's the lowest you think a Nigerian company would pay? Akikumi, should we say you don't like money that time? You shank me when you said that's not why you're asking prospects. Now you're asking of handicap. Moshood is only me should answer, I beg. So what's the earning potential? Both in Nigeria, Denzel, you like money, and outside Nigeria?
Yeah. Well, shall want me to mention a figure? Hello, can everyone hear me?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now. Before you were gone, but now we can hear you.
All right. Okay. So in Nigeria, actually, based on what I've seen,
Most of this English is
and
plenty. Just go straight to the point.
so actually, to be honest, now to be serious, on a serious note, in Nigeria, if it usually ranges from, although it depends on your level actually, and your skills, and the company also is important. Like, I mean, the level of the company too is important. So, but it usually ranges from, say, like 200,000 till even up to 1 million. So it depends on your level, it depends on your skill, it depends on the size of the organization, and so on, like that. And it depends on the perks that comes with it. So a lot of companies now, after the basic salary, it comes with working tools. It comes with working tools. What else? Pension, health insurance, and even some people might give you accommodation. I've seen some company like that in Abuja. They'll give you accommodation, and then
I want to move to
they,
Aso Rock.
no problem now. If Aso Rock needs product managers, so like that. But in terms of the
Mr. Dewale,
so
is product
but
manager. If you're a product manager, come and give us your own figure, Jare. Because this Mr. Moshood, this is scope. I said I will not bill you. What are you scared of, Gogo? Reduce your voice so that people will not hear in the neighborhood. So it's only we now that will
understand. So I beg, I want to sleep in my house this night.
Hey, God, I beg go. Okay, it's okay. Write it in the chat box for us. There's let's type it. You people like money. The thing is, to be candid, I understand you being conservative and all, and I mean for myself too. People ask me, what's the price range in communications and branding? So I'm majorly based in the US. Yes, I come to Nigeria a few times in the year, and someone once asked me that I'm also thinking of transitioning into comms and PR. So what's the salary range in the US? And to be honest, I told the person it ranges from 24K to as much as 180K in a year. But the fact is, let me not lie to you, nobody's going to pay you 24K. You can't have a degree, or you can't like be a seasoned comms coach and a seasoned comms person and I give you 24K, because that's like really low. So I mean, being conservative is more because you don't want to, like, people can take it the wrong way. I get that, but I'm assuring you that we cannot take your word out of context. Trust us. So from what you
Are we
said,
still
you're
on?
trying to say that the lowest a reasonable company in Nigeria would pay is 200K, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. You know, someone is going to be saying to themselves that, in this economy, what's 200K? What's 200K? How much is people's minimum wage? It's not 33,000. 200K can do a lot for a new
I mean,
career path. What are you saying? You go to university 4 years. How many jobs are you assured of that will give 200K? Don't let us fight too.
I think that's
Jare,
the. I mean, that's the actually the minimum. To be honest, that's actually the minimum. And when we say
imagine.
minimum, that is like when when you are just coming on board. So it depends on your level of expertise as well, right?
Wow.
So, but that's just like minimum, yeah. Apart from being an intern, so that one is different. But
There was actually a time that I actually had held this free session here too, and I invited someone that works with Microsoft as a product manager. And while he was talking about prices, no, someone else came and was talking about pricing, and the person said, I think the person said 500K. And the man said, no, even in Nigeria, that is earning way above 1 million naira. And he just said it like that. And I was like, wow, okay. So I can imagine that, yes, depending on your level, depending on your skills, and depending on the company too. I mean, thank you so much, Moshood. I think to you now, you have tried your best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go to Hope. Hope, I hope they are ready. But wait, Mr. Dewale, are you a product manager?
I'm not. I'm not. Really.
How do you know he was being conservative?
Well, I know a few. No, so it depends, like you said, right? So I want to believe the figures is calling is for probably a fresh graduate, probably, right? Because at the end of the day, um, it's not so. The person that's question needs to understand that it's not a generic question. So you could be a product manager and today is your first day. You could be a product
Wait,
manager
are you
and
for
you've
me
done
or
10 years.
against me?
Pardon?
Are you for me or against me?
No, I'm just trying to clarify. I'm just trying to clarify my comment, right? So,
Thank
product
you.
manager is just a job role. There's so much involved in being a product manager. So, you could be a product manager that you've done that for 10 years. You don't expect you to be collecting same salary as someone that's just started. Do you understand? So, there are different levels to it. Then the companies. So, the problem is a lot of people are underpaid in the country. So, that's why when people hear figures, it's like, wow, you understand? So, that's just the
Hmm.
truth. So I think the opportunity one should be selling is probably getting a remote job out there, or I don't know, they probably even japa, that kind of a thing. So it
Hmm.
makes more sense, right? So a lot of people are underpaid in the country. That's why it's like that.
Hmm. Are you in tech?
Yeah, I'm in tech. Yeah,
What career path are you on?
service management.
I see. Because the way all these tech people used to talk, you will know. You will know. They talk with a touch and a sprinkle of pride and money. But
Maybe people
then,
like Opa, maybe people like Opa Moshood are earning so much.
thank you for your contribution. Hope, Hope, Let's hear you. What's the earning potential for business analysts in Nigeria and outside Nigeria?
Hmm. Well, Mr. Moshud have
Hey,
already
Hope,
said
we are ready
everything.
to working in Tech Republic, so don't do.
Mr. Moshud have already said everything, even though he didn't mention the range, right? But uh so help us God in our country. In Nigeria, right, the payment range that you can get for a business analyst job role, you can see like 250. I know I've seen some, a few, like that's the least that I've seen of 250. And then while I was also working as when I was doing my internship, though they weren't paying me as a BA, but when I finished, that was 250 that I was getting. And then let's say outside the country now, if you want to look for a remote job or you want to maybe, if you're lucky, get a relocation from the job, you might get a pay range of let's say, let me just put a range, a very wide range, right? So you might get from like $30,000 down to 105 per annum. So let's just within that bracket. So wherever you fall, depending on your expertise, depending on your level and stuffs like that. So let's just put it within that range. That's how much you can get when you get to work with an international company. But within Nigeria, right, I know someone who earns 1.8 million as a BA in an oil and gas company. And yeah, I also got a job offer in Lagos, right, in an oil and gas company, and the pay range was within 1 million, right? But I didn't
Sorry,
accept the
sorry,
offer.
sorry, sorry. I didn't know that. The privilege was what?
The pay range for the one I got was around 1 million, right?
So
But
you
I
now
didn't
left
accept.
it for Czech Republic.
Yes, because I can't move to Lagos, right? So that's how much you can get, because there are a lot of um tech companies in Nigeria that are starting up, and they're realizing the use or the benefit of having a BA within their company, right? So yeah.
So now you work remotely in the comfort of
Yes.
your home,
Yes, I work.
and you happily turned down a 1 billion naira job.
I didn't want to move to Lagos, so people that are in Lagos can accept the offer. Lagos is too
Wow.
stressful for a Texas like me.
Levels. There are levels to this thing. Someone said, I knew she has money when she first spoke. See, look
I
at no,
don't have money. I'm just
look at
starting. I'm just starting. This is just the beginning of eating the tech money. That's why I gave us a range. So if you're looking at getting a job outside Nigeria, you're going to earn. And if you're looking at getting a job as a BA, you have to target a company that you know that is well paid, like is well paying. Right, like the oil and gas sector right now in Nigeria, right now, you can still be a system analyst in an oil and gas sector, and you will earn a lot. Someone in Abuja here is earning 1.8 at the comfort of our home, and that is going to increase as time goes on. That's
people.
just it.
When Mr. Monkey was talking that time, we talked about Abuja. You too, Abuja. Is it maybe the first step to becoming rich in Nigeria is go to Abuja?
No, the first set is equipping yourself with the knowledge and skills that are necessary, right? So
Hmm.
you know how to make
Destination
money.
Africa. But then, wow, I really appreciate this info. Thank you so much, you and Moshood, for opening our eyes. See, you don't you and Moshood just hold your phones tight to your chest, because I might call you. Maybe it's time for me to transition again. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. I really enjoyed tonight's
Please,
session. And
please,
Akinkumi,
can
you
I
like
ask a
money.
question?
Okay, so yes, you can ask question. Maybe you're going to be the last question for
Um,
tonight.
okay. During the time she's answering your question, your last question, I
Okay.
had mentioned about um system manager. So I want to know the difference between a system manager and a business analyst. And also, I want to know if a project manager have more opportunities than product manager and also same business analyst.
Okay, that's the question is for the two of them then. So Hope, what's the difference between system analyst and IT business analyst? And Moshood, is a product manager having a lot of opportunities as much as a project manager? I think we should start with Moshood first.
Okay. Yeah, well, the most important thing is having skill, right? So whether project manager has opportunity higher than product manager, or product manager has opportunity higher than project manager, the most important thing is having skill. And when opportunity is coming, it doesn't comes with a particular title. There can be any title. All titles, all description, everything has their opportunity, right? So, and all of these titles, all of these job description, they have transferable skills. As a product manager, you can fill in for project manager. As a project manager, to some extent, you can fill in as product manager. So, and so it is important to have the skill first. And secondly, now to answer the question directly, the request for product manager is usually higher than project manager. You can prove me wrong by just going to LinkedIn and then and then search for manager. Just search for manager and then see what it will bring for you. Which one will be higher ranked higher between both of them. So that's just my response actually.
Then I think because product managers are more prone to work with tech companies, while project managers, I feel like any company can need a project manager. So I think specifically about money, because I like money, product managers earn way more than project managers majorly, except you are a product manager acting as a project manager. If you are just a project manager not so seasoned in product management, you might have limited opportunities, because tech companies will majorly prefer to go for product managers to act as project managers.
Yeah.
Don't let me confuse you, but that's it. Thank you, Moshood. Hope. So the question he has is system analyst versus IT business analyst.
Okay, so the whole thing is right. Whether you say IT or systems analyst, they are similar because they deal with the, like, let's say the software development, right? Let me just say software development. Or if a company has a software that you're trying to develop or they're making use of, right? So you just focus on getting the basic requirements. What are the necessary features that we need to integrate into this platform in order to make the platform usable and also to generate revenue or profit with this particular software at the end of the day. Now they have to now work with other technical team members to ensure that they're getting the entire necessary features that they need. Let's say like a product manager right now, if you're a system analyst, you need to understand the point of view of the PM because it's coming from the end user's point of view. It's trying to give you the idea of what the end users would really want to have on this particular system, how they would want to use a particular feature on the system. So you just have to pay attention to them. Why the business analysts tend to also deal with the stakeholders, let's say the internal stakeholders who also like are the major decisions maker to understand exactly what business need they want. They might be optioning that they want a software, right? To have a software or a platform like a social media platform like WhatsApp, Facebook, or whatsoever to create a platform where people could easily chat. But they may not really know exactly how to go about developing the software. Now, this is where the business analyst comes in because the business analyst will now have to break down that business requirement or that business need to ensure that they bridge this gap of trying to create a social media platform where people can easily come on and easily send messages, call their loved ones, update their status and stuffs like that. So this is just the difference, but it's not like it's a major difference. A BA can act as a business systems analyst in as much as they have the necessary skills and knowledge of what is expected from any of the individual or from any of the sectors.
Okay, I hope George got that. I have that. Okay, thank you so much, Hope and Moshood. I need to let you guys go because tomorrow is Monday, another work week, and you need to prepare. And for everyone who stayed through in this session till the very end, thank you so much for making it a success. Thank you for your questions, for the engagement, for the comments. Is there an exclusive? Oh, Yomi, sorry. I've seen this question like 3 times. I kept it's an oversight, sorry. There's no exclusive discount. No, the price is actually reduced. You can compare our pricing or prices with other academies or boot camps, and you'd realize that we are giving the very best for an affordable amount. Although you can pay twice for our classes, and then our classes have two options. You can decide to do the training, mentorship, which is free, and then do 2 months extra internship. So the amount for that one is higher. While if you decide to do just training, mentorship without internship, the price is lower, and you can pay twice for both options for both career paths. So there's no specific discounts or exclusive discounts. The laptop you can use at least 8 gig RAM. Who said all this? Where did you see this, please? Medinat 220 SSD. I don't know where you saw 5i or Core i5. Anyway, I don't know. Miss Hope, they say you should drop your LinkedIn ad rule. You have a fan and a follower. And then one of our admins just added links to our WhatsApp community, Telegram community, our Instagram handle, our website, and a direct number you can message on WhatsApp. That DM number is directly for me. It's my number. So you can DM me on WhatsApp and ask me questions relating to Travel Tech Academy. That's what you should ask me questions on. Please don't come and ask me how much you will earn as a product manager, please. It's only questions related to Travel Tech Academy that you should ask me. Thank you. So thank you so much, Moshood. Someone has messaged me, hello, brand manager. You people should be coming down.
So please,
How much?
Hope should drop her handles too.
Yeah, Hope will drop her handle. Okay, Miss Hope, I hope you are comfortable. You can drop your handle if you are. Yes, that's that. So thank you so much, Hope. How much is the boot camp? We just pasted the price, Uzamaka. We just reconnected. Okay, Moyo, could you please put the prices again for business analysis? If you want to do the training and mentorship without internship, you are going to pay 78,000 naira. But if you want to do it with internship, you are paying 120,000 naira. So for the training and then free mentorship, then you can pay twice. So you pay half before you start the class and the remaining half 1 month after the class. And for product management, Moyo, could you drop the details for product management? So thank you so much. You can just save product management 60,000 naira without internship, but for training and mentorship and certification. But with internship, it is 100,000 naira. Hope didn't tell us about waterfall and agile methodology. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But I think if you check our curriculum on the website, you can see more details, Karen. Sorry about that. We could not just answer everybody. This is already 8:43 p.m. in Nigeria, and a lot of people need to prepare for work tomorrow. So thank you so much. Do have a great night. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. I enjoyed it. Moshu, how about you? My guys have gone.
Yeah, you are here. Actually, I'm here.
Okay.
It was
Thank
a
you
very
so
nice.
much.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to
I
us.
brought people. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was an honor having you both. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining in. I hope that you have the very best of night and the very best of a new week. Valentine is coming. Don't fight with your partner. Sorry. Bye bye. Have a great time. Take life without partner. No vow gift. Bye.